Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody this morning? Hopefully, everybody is doing well. I'm trying to get myself situated here. I'm talking about affiliate marketing today. Wanting to share a little bit of information in regards to that. And so, wanting to see how everybody is doing this morning. We are live, and so I'm on two different platforms. I'll try to manage my attention to both. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. I am Coach Lenora, and I am a certified life coach, but I also am a person who coaches people on affiliate marketing as well. And so this morning, what I wanted to do was take some time because I know there are a ton of people who are, financially strapped, right? There are people who are feeling as though they don't have as much money at the end of their month, and they're looking for ways that they can create a little bit of extra income without having to necessarily pick up another job, right? They don't want a part-time job. They don't want to maybe leave their kids at home. They don't want to figure out like how do I make ends meet. Instead, they want to do something maybe digitally. Maybe they want to do it through affiliate marketing. Maybe they're not even familiar with what affiliate marketing is. So what I want to do is take some time to educate people on that particular topic. So when it comes to affiliate marketing, just to let you know, affiliate marketing is basically marketing other people's products. That's the most simplistic way to explain affiliate marketing. Excuse me. And so based on that, what we do in regards to educating people is making people aware of some of the other products and services that you can actually market as an affiliate. And so for me personally, I focus on courses because to me, those are higher ticket items and they help you to be able to market in a different way. Now you have other people who focus on lower ticket affiliate marketing programs. And when you focus on lower ticket, it's totally fine, it's appropriate, all of that works. It's just that you work a little bit harder or you have to have more of an influence and following in order for you to be able to market those products successfully. So for example, various big box companies that you probably already purchase things from, let's say your Lowe's, your Home Depots, your Best Buy, Sephora, Ulta Beauty, Kohl's, places like that have affiliate programs. And so what I help people to understand is, hey, they have affiliate programs. You can actually go through and register online. It's free to just put in an application to become an affiliate of somebody else's products and start to market those on your social media. I know, for example, I'm on TikTok, and a lot of people on TikTok are like, I want to be an affiliate. I want to be an affiliate of the TikTok shop. But little do they know that they can actually already, without probably a lot of followers, be able to apply to be an affiliate of a Lowe's, a Home Depot, a Sephora, a Kohl's, and I mean, you have Target, you have Walmart, you have a whole lot of different companies. Pretty much every big box company out there is now utilizing affiliate marketing. And it's mainly because of the fact that they realize that there's over 5 billion people on social media. So why not utilize all of the people who are on social media to do the advertising for you? It just kind of makes sense. They don't have to spend money on flyers. If you think about it, you are probably not getting nearly as many flyers in your home that you used to. You're not getting those big magazines and catalogs of things because of the fact that they know that, hey, if I go and get this information to the public will market it for me on my behalf. And so that's really what we are talking about here is kind of like how do we get to having it where we're generating an income by being an affiliate of other people's products. Now, if you don't want to believe my definition of affiliate, definitely Google it. So you can just go out, Google affiliate marketing. It'll tell you it's legit. It's a way in which you can market other people's products, get a commission. That commission will either be somewhere like 1%, 2%, 3%, but it can go all the way up to the highest I have seen and that I have earned is 85%. And so it just depends on who the owner of that product or service is and how much they are willing to give up in their profit to give you an affiliate commission. So that's really how it all works. It's pretty fun. It's pretty exciting to be involved in something where you don't have to do the work, but you can reap the rewards of just sharing other people's work. So that's what I really enjoy about it. But what we're going to do, and oh, the other thing I wanted to share as well is that when you look at affiliate marketing, or it's also known as social media marketing, but that is what they say is going to be a $1.5 trillion industry by 2030. So this is only 2025. We have 5 years to get a piece, just a piece, of that $1.5 trillion as we continue to expand and share the knowledge of these products and services. And so what I always feel like is, gosh, the internet has happened in my lifetime. YouTube has happened in my lifetime. All of these different things, Google, whatever, it's all these things that have happened. And some of them are things that people have made tons, like they no longer have to work because of the fact that they've made so much off of these products and services. And so when I found out about affiliate marketing last year, I saw it, the light bulb went off, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. If it's going to be worth $1.5 trillion, it's products that I don't even have to buy. I don't have to have a storefront. I don't have to have a lot of money. I can get started for as little as buying a particular product from a company, or probably the most I've spent is $500 for something, but I get 85% commission on that, so it's like over $300 or $400 worth of commission depending on what product I purchase. Like, to me, it was kind of a win-win, and I didn't see a downside or a negative. And oh, by the way, the products that are purchased, sometimes if you're purchasing especially courses, they can be purchased with Afterpay or Klarna. So then it's like, if I could use Afterpay or Klarna, spend less than $60 a month to get something that I can learn some skills, some knowledge from, and then be able to remarket, and that's something that I'll share with you in a moment as well, then that is huge. And so when it comes to courses, so just to let you know, today we'll be talking about the Digital Boss Academy, DBA. And so DBA is an amazing course. What it does is it teaches you a lot of high income producing skills. So if you've ever wanted to understand and learn how to do things like have your own Airbnb, it teaches you that. So the Digital Boss Academy teaches you that. If you wanted to know how to, for example, start your own homeschooling, it teaches you that. Do you know how to even use Canva, CapCut, making content? Do you know how to have faceless marketing, where you might not even want to show your face? You might want to just have, you see this all the time too, especially if you're on IG or TT. You'll see TikTok, you'll see that, there's somebody who's just showing their dog walking, and they have text on top of that, and then they tell you, hey, purchase something here. Or you might see just somebody's feet. You might see some area of or visual of a beach, whatever it is, and people are sharing information about, hey, this is what I did, this is how I've grown, do you want to know more about this? Comment the word blah 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 below, and so that is how people are doing things in a faceless way. So I'm choosing to be face forward in this video, right? I'm here sharing information, showing you my face, helping you to understand a little bit more about it. But there are tons of people. The fastest growing way that people are generating an income with affiliate marketing is through faceless means, and it's amazing. So that way, if you're just shy, you're uncomfortable being on camera, you don't feel comfortable going live, any of those things, you don't have to. Like, it can't get any easier, basically, for people to be able to generate an income in 2025. And so when it comes to going back to the Digital Boss Academy and ways that they teach you to do things, faceless is one of those. They also teach you how to be, for example, a medical courier, if you're interested in that. If you're interested in learning how to become a virtual assistant, it teaches you that. It teaches you how to do dropshipping, Shopify, Printify, having your own Etsy store. How about Pinterest? So all of these things and ways that people are just, hey, I want to know more about how to shop on Etsy, or how to actually market myself on Etsy. It teaches you that. I want to know more about how do I do a Shopify store and have things print on demand and dropship. It teaches you that. So like I said, it's a wealth of information that is out there in the Digital Boss Academy. Actually, let me see. I'll try to show it really quickly because I'm on 2 different platforms. One will allow me to show. The other one will have a little bit of an issue with me showing it. So I'm going to try to show you really quickly what all they cover. So right now, fortunately, there is a sale going on where everything is a little bit even cheaper than what it used to be. So on that note, this is DBA. So this is the information in regards to DBA. And so, oh, this is telling me, to swipe something. So I am pulling up volume 3. They have 3 different tiers of DBA. One that's $111, one that's $222, one that's $444. The great thing about the $444 is you get the level 1 and 2 included with the level 3. Level 2, you get level 1 with the level 2. So therefore, whenever you're upgrading, you're getting the lower level or levels for free. And so that's the great part about that. But here, for example, it's showing that DBA volume 3 right now is normally $444. So a lot of things that I'll be talking about are from the $444 perspective. But if you look here, there's a sale. The sale is going on and it's $278. So it is actually so much cheaper than what I paid for it for you to be able to get DBA Volume 3. Now, the interesting thing here is you can look, it has free memberships, it has quarterly meetups, it has guest speakers who come in and teach on different topics. You have even things like how to create your own podcast and monetize it. And even people who talk about taxes, people who talk about things like how do you just manifest? How do you get your mind into the right space? Thank you for joining. And so basically all of this is included in DBA, right? And so as you go here, and if anybody is already a part of DBA, I'd love to hear about your experience with DBA. It has testimonials. It tells you what all is a part of Volume 1. So Volume 1, again, $111. You get to remarket it for a $94 profit anytime you remarket it, which is great. So here you have how to launch your business, how to set up your store, how to have the right kind of mindset, right? Millionaire mindset. It has here already done products. So if you ever wanted to have an ebook, they have already completed ebooks that once you pay the $111, which today is $78, once you purchase the $111, then you can remarket all the ebooks that are in there. Just put your price on it, change it over to your name, and you have free merchandise that you can market, which is amazing. It has here how to edit things because a lot of people don't know how to edit. Like you want to do content, you want to build up your page so that you can get 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 30,000 people who are following you, but you don't even know how to cut up the content. You don't know how to make those cool videos that everybody makes. Well, this teaches you how to do it. It teaches you that, oh, all you have to do is take what you have, maybe put it in CapCut. Let's show you how to break it down and do that. Maybe you want to learn things from an AI perspective, how to make an AI version of yourself. It teaches you that. It teaches you information on how do you go about going on Canva, utilizing Canva to create flyers, documents, all of that. All of those things are included for normally $111. Today, it's $78. So that's huge. But I don't, oh, I pushed the button. I don't even really market the $111 package. I'll talk about the $222 as well because that one is $178 today. But I don't even talk about those two as much because of the fact that when you pay for the volume 3 version, you actually get the volume 1 and 2 with it. And oh, by the way, you make $377 every single time you market that one. So do you want to work harder? Do you want to work smarter? That's kind of the way that I look at it. But here you have the volume 2. Now volume 2 has the same things. They have Bible study, prayer calls, monthly guest speakers, workout sessions. All of that is included because it's truly a family. But the difference with volume 2 than volume 1 is volume 1 gives you a lot of the basics, right? It gives you a lot of the ways in which you can go about learning how to kind of take what you already have and be able to grow, right? How do you grow your accounts? How do you grow and move yourself from where you are to where you want to be in regards to your social following? What volume 2 and volume 3 do is they actually teach you, okay, how do you have some business ideas, some business strategies that you can gain? And again, all of this is great because as you're taking the courses, you're learning knowledge, and then you get to remarket it and rebrand it, which is amazing. So when it comes to volume 2, you have where you're learning more about how to edit with CapCut and Canva, how to grow on TikTok, Instagram, how to go about having your own Airbnb, a beauty business. You learn about financial literacy. You learn about how to do email marketing, how to have captions and hooks. A lot of times people have great content, but the hook doesn't stop them. That's that thing that you say at the very beginning of what you're posting to grab someone's attention and make it so that they want to continue to listen longer and listen more. So if you don't know how to have the right kind of hook, then you're not going to have people to actually watch all of your content all the way through, and they may not necessarily even decide to follow and continue to connect with you. And so based on that, they have a ton of different ways to how to make reels, how to do hooks, how to have captions, what about hashtags. All of those things are included in volume 2, which is amazing. Now volume 2, as I mentioned, it also has, let me go back into this. It has YouTube, Turo Business, Amazon KDP, which is Kindle Publishing. Have you ever wanted to publish your own book on Amazon? That's here. Homeschooling, daycare, how do you do that? How do you end up having a virtual call center, Printful, taxes, finances, life insurance, how to do the back end of content creation. What does that even mean, right? So how do you follow up on that back end of your content creation and make content that actually converts? That converts people into people who will either like, follow, share, or purchase whatever it is that you want to have them purchase. And then UGC for beginners, which is great. UGC is user-generated content, and that is something that helps people to be able to reach out to different companies and have them to pay you in advance for you to do the marketing of their particular product or service. And so those are all huge. You have Facebook monetization. You have how to create passive income with AI. All of that is included with volume 2. And then we move on to volume 3. And so volume 3 is one in which it has a ton of other additional benefits. Right now it's $278, which is amazing because it's typically $444. And when I go through the numbers, I'll talk about it from that perspective of the $444. But volume 3 includes everything I've already talked about. Plus, you have how to flip and fix properties, how to have an event planning business, how to do land bank properties, how to do corporate financing and funding, freight broker agency, how to become a coach or a mentor, how to create theme pages, do Snapchat, do AZ reviews, podcasting, how to do dropshipping and sublimation, how to work with Notions, how to become a YouTube millionaire, how to do your taxes, how to do monetization on Facebook, how to be a medical courier, how to have a 6-figure music business, how to buy land. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So it teaches on all of these different topics. And in the process of teaching on all these different topics, it gives you insights in regards to how to grow, how to, if you've ever wanted to have any of these, I think travel agent is on here. So if you ever wanted to, for example, be a travel agent, well, there's somebody who's already one who's very successful in that area who's teaching you how to do that. And that's what I love about this course is that it actually has the top of the top music person telling you how to get started in the music industry. It has the top of the top person on UGC telling you how to do user-generated content. So all of those things to me are just amazing. But I know a lot of you want to know, okay, well, how do I get to the road to 1K a month? So let's go through and we're going to talk about how do you have that road to 1K a month so that you can grow your kind of income without having to necessarily go and get a part-time job. And so what I'm going to do is I'll write this out here so that way you can all see it. But we're going to talk about it being with especially the Digital Boss Academy, it has 3 tiers. So the Digital Boss Academy has 3 tiers, and let me make sure that everybody can see that okay on all the platforms that I'm writing on here. Yes, you can. All right, so they have 3 tiers. Now they have a volume 1 tier, they have a volume 2 tier, and a volume 3 tier. Oh, my marker is seeming to want to not show as bright, but volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. Let me make sure y'all can see that okay. I think it's showing up even though my marker is wanting to act up right now. Let me see if I have another one. Yes, I do. Okay, great. So we'll see which one works best. So we have a volume 1. Let me write volume 2 and volume 3 again because it looked a little light there. So then we have a volume, oh wow, look at that difference, 2 and a volume 3. Okay, perfect. And so the volume 1, for example, that one actually is typically $111. Now today it's actually on sale. It's actually $78 today, but we're going to talk about it from the perspective of what it typically runs for as its price. Volume 2 is typically $222, and volume 3 is $444. $44. And you can get all of these with Afterpay or Klarna as well. And I'll write here, Afterpay or Klarna. And that'll be like less than $60. So less than $60 for Afterpay or Klarna with these different ones. So you have Digital Boss Academy Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, 111, 222, 444. Now, they come with, after you purchase them, and this is even after you go and just get the product for $111, but you just pay, for example, $60 with Afterpay or Klarna. It's probably more like $25 at that point because it's the cheaper one. This one is going to be a little bit more expensive, but I'll explain why that works when we get a little bit further. So all three of these, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and you can go to the LINKMIBIO and you'll be able to see all of that. But the good thing about it is all of them come with 85% commission. Now, what does that look like, right? So you have 85% for each of these, and you're like, okay, well, how does that help me? What does that mean? What does that even look like? So what that looks like, if you're trying to get on the road to 1K a month, let's say that's your goal. We're going to do the road to 1K a month. If you're doing the road to 1K a month, then what you're going to want to do is focus on, okay, well, how does this amount equal to what here to get me to 1,000, right? So how that works is that if you market this product, again, it's selling for $78 today, but it's normally $111. But the great part is it is on sale. But if you bought it, even if you bought it for $78, once it goes up in price, it goes up in price. So you'll still be able to market it for $111 later. But it's $111. You're going to make $94.35 every single time someone purchases it for $111 because you're getting 85% commission on that, which means that you would need to market 11 per month in order to make 1,000. Let me write this, 1,000. Let me do this again. My little dollar sign got a little weird there. Actually, let me write all of this again just to make sure that it's very clear. So that's 11 per month, M-O, okay? And then that's going to equal $1,037.85. So you'll be at $1,000 over for marketing something that gives you $94.35 commission 11 times in a month. So when you think about that, that is so reasonable, right? Because if you want to stick with the one that is $111 as opposed to the one that is a little bit more expensive, then you have I'm trying to get to the amount. So you have 11 a month times divided by 4 weeks. So that means that you really have to just market 3 a week. That's basically the way to describe it. Is you would market 3 a week, and that's going to get you $1,037.85. So, and we'll talk about the road to 5,000 as well, because that's going to be pretty substantial also. So, okay, so we have that, right? So then let's go ahead and talk about what volume 2 would look like. So volume 2 would be, you would get, if you market it and it's $222, you're going to get $188.70 times, and this you only would have to market 6 per month to get $1,132.20. So $188 commission times 6 of the sales per month equals $1,132.20. So again, not a lot of marketing and connecting and engaging and all of that. It's just showing that, hey, it's already done products. It's things that someone else has already created. It's $222. You get an 85% commission for it. That puts you at $188.70, which means 6 a month will get you over $1,000 a month. So the maths, right? Okay, so then we're going to go to the $444 one. So that one would be $300, and this is the one, like I said, that I would more so recommend just because it's easier to do with less work. $1,132.20. It's the same amount of money that you're going to make, but you're doing half of the work because the pricing doubles, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So you have $1,000, $1,000 divided by 37740, 2.6. So you really only need 2.6, but you round up to 3 because 2.6 is a 2 isn't going to get you to 1,000. So you go up to 3, and then once you have the 3, you're going to say, okay, 3 times 377, 40 gives you the $1,132.20. So you would market something for $444. It's going to be paid for possibly by the person outright, but they might also be interested in Afterpay or Klarna. If they're interested in that, you still get this amount right out the gate because now they're paying back Afterpay or Klarna. You get your payout, and then it's going to be $1,132.20. And so it's a great way for you to be able to generate an extra $1,000 a month, as I was mentioning. And so I think a lot of people feel as though, wow, to get an extra $1,000, that's a lot. But all you would need to do is, again, you go live, you end up talking to people through different things that you're just engaging with people in real life. But also you can do it all faceless. You could do it all through posts. Like, it just depends on meeting people where they are. All of this is truly about meeting people where they are. If people are interested in growing their social media footprint, if they are interested in starting their own Turo business, their own freight company business, their own medical career, their own, like, whatever it is, repairing of people's, scores, I can't say the other word, but repairing of people's scores, all of that. If people are interested in that, then this is a way for you to not have to pay individually for every single course that teaches you about those things, but instead to be able to say, oh, all I have to do is buy one course. I'm learning from top experts in the industry, and in the process of doing that, I'm able to now be able to not only learn the skills, but be able to rebrand, remarket this particular product, share it with other people. I know, like, and trust it. I know it works. And so therefore I'm comfortable with sharing this with other people, right? So that's really how it works. So this is the road to 1K. Now let's do quickly the road to 5K. And then that way you can see, again, the difference in regards to how people are able to generate an income from this. Because as I failed to mention early on, I have actually left corporate America. I'm no longer working with corporate America since April of this year because of the fact that after starting affiliate marketing in 8 months, I was able to walk away. And so that's the part to me that's really exciting, is that you don't necessarily have to feel as though you have to do this for years and years. Like, I was in a leadership position in corporate America. I was able to do this. So if I can do this, anybody can do this, right? Because it was all new and foreign to me. I had no idea in January of last year probably what any of this stuff was. And then when I did find out about it, I was like, oh, it just makes sense. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, we're just gonna get rid of this part, right? Because the rest of it does remain the same. So we're gonna now talk about a road to 5K instead of a road to, let's see, I'm gonna make this a little bit closer. A road to 5K. So let's move this and turn that into a 5. So how to get $5,000 a month, which sounds crazy, right? 85% commission. So let's talk about how do we get to 5K. I'm gonna need some new black markers. I've been writing on these boards a little bit too much because they're all starting to look a little faded. All right, so now let's do here. So we have the road, the reds are great, to 5K per month. Okay? Again, may sound a little bit like, how is that even possible? But again, the math. So there's really no question about how it works. It's just, are you willing to do the work in order for it to work for you? And so here's what we have here. So we have volume 1, again, it's $111. And I probably didn't even need to, now that I look at it, delete the amount, because that's going to be the same no matter what, right? So the amount that you're going to get for $111 is $94.35 is the amount of the commission rate. Then let's just do volume 2. That one is $188.70. And then volume 3, $377.40. All right, so these are all of the amounts. Let's get that. That looks like a comma. It's not a comma, it's a point. All right, and so that's the amounts there. Now, when we talk about the road to 5K, of course, it's going to be higher numbers, right? You're going to need higher numbers because of the fact that you're going to be having more volume in order for you to be able to get to these particular $5,000 numbers. So let's talk about this. So it would be times 53 per month. Down here for volume 2, 27 per month. And volume 3, wow, 14 per month. So what you do is you really have to like reverse engineer, right? You have to reverse the math in order to figure out, okay, based on what it is that I want to make, how much do I need to market? And so it would be here, 5,000, 00055. Here, it would be 5,000, 094. 90, and here it would be 5,000 to 83.60. All right, so let's go ahead and talk through that now that I've written it out there, right? So the road to an extra $5,000 a month. Again, sounds crazy, right? But there are people who are making 5 times this every month because of the fact that you're just working the numbers, you're engineering the math of it. And so basically what it is that you would say, okay, 94, 35, 53 a month. Now, if you're looking at that and you're like, ooh, that sounds like a lot. Yeah, I mean, it would be because it's only the 93, price point kind of area. But if you're doing that, so 53 divided by 4 weeks, so that means you would have to here market 13 a week. That's a lot. I mean, not gonna lie, it's a lot, but you're gonna make $5,000 from doing that, so that's not horrible. But at the same time, it would be 53, which would be 13 per month in order for you to be able to make, 13 per week in order for you to be able to make $5,000. But if you even took that 13 and said, okay, 13 a week, how much would I need to make per day if you're doing, let's just say you do 5 days a week. Let's not overdo it. So it really would only be 3 a day. 3 a day, because it's 2.6, and 2.6 is a hard number to try to, meet a 2.6 number, but let's say 3. So you make 3 a day, and then therefore, and if it's somebody who say you're not working right now, you could literally, just think of it this way. Imagine if you're not working right now and you just say, all right, I'm going to go live. I'm going to feel uncomfortable doing it, but I'm going to go live. I've seen Coach Lenora coach on how to do this. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, get my whiteboard, and just talk about the basics of how this all works and how the maths. And then I'm going to do that for 3 hours a day. I'm going to go for 3 hours, hoping that I get 1 sale per hour for the 3 hours. Then I will be able to go through and make $5,000 a month from simply sharing this information for multiple hours a day versus going to a job for 8 hours a day. Right? Even if you did 4 hours, okay, maybe the first hour the algorithm doesn't even push me out to anybody. So let's say I get to an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now the algorithm's starting to push me out. People are starting to show up. I'm starting to talk to actual people. And plus, the more consistent you are, of course, that helps as well. But that's what you say you do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and focus in this way. I'm going to go ahead and get some people to kind of show up for me. And based on that, now I'm consistent. I'm in the algorithm. I've been here for a couple of hours. And now people are coming in. I market to 1 person, right, per hour, or maybe 3 by the end of the whole 4 hours is over. And then you're at the 5,000. Or let's say that your week is slow and you're like, oh, well, I guess I'll go live on Saturday for a couple of hours just to make sure that I can hit my goal. It depends on what your goals are. Somebody could be totally okay with 3,000. Somebody could be okay if they got 6. So it really just depends on the person and what their goals are. But basically, this is just giving you kind of how it equates when it comes to the math. So then you have the 188.70 commission rate. And that one with 27 per month. So when you think about that, that's much less. It's 6.75 a week. So you would have 6 marketing sales per week to give you 5,000 per month. So when you look at that, again, divided by how many days you want to do it. I mean, that's literally a little, like, you could just do 1 a day for most days and then end up saying, okay, well, 1 a day for most days, and then I would do 2 on a different day. And that would give you exactly where you need to be if you're doing only 5 days. Some people might choose to do 6 days a week. A lot of people do 6 days a week. That's fine. And so you could do that. But again, it's shorter time frames that you're working on it because of the fact that you are not focused on it 100%. Like you would a full 9-to-5 job for 8 hours a day. The other thing you have here is the 333, right? So if we're doing 333, it's 14 per month. I mean, just imagine that divided by 4 weeks. So that is 3.5. So let's just round it up to 4. So that would be 1 per week. Is that crazy? Like, just to kind of think, or excuse me, 3.5, 1 per day. If you just did 1 per day. So let's say you did Monday, let's say Monday was the slow day. So you did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You ended up getting 4 sales for the week, Tuesday through Friday. You're good. Or you do Monday through Wednesday because you ended up getting 2 sales Monday, 2 sales Tuesday. Maybe you showed up Wednesday just to see if there could be icing on the top. And so therefore, you are just figuring it out for yourself based on your skills, or you're just like, hey, it's the beginning of the month. I don't know how the end of the month is going to go. So let me at the beginning of the month go ahead and kind of knock out as many of these sales as possible so that way by the time the end of the month comes, I already know I met my 5,000 on the 20th. So the last 10 days, yes, I'll still show up, I'll still be active, I'll still, share the information, but that's like, again, the icing on the cake, right? It's not necessarily what you need to focus on in order for you to meet your goal. So it really just depends on the person and what it is that they want to bring to the table when it comes to them marketing for a product like the Digital Boss Academy. So it's one of my favorites. I love how the platform looks. And how they share the information with everybody is great. I don't think that I had shown anybody inside what it looks like, but I'll do that really quick because I know if I am on the TT side of things, they don't necessarily like when I show that. Oh, let's see here. Can I show it? It's one of the top platforms also in school. So if you're in the school community, that's where it is. Um, and actually, what you can do if you want to see it for yourself from my perspective, you can go here. You can go to https://coachedbylenora.com. If you go to coachedbylenora.com, that's where you can see all of the great information that is kind of spelled out so that you can review it and determine, okay, do I only want level one? I just want to be a content creator. That's what I would say for level one. If you want to just be a content creator, you're not really as focused about income generating activities, then I would say volume one, and your income that you're generating is solely going to be based on remarketing the product. If you're interested in doing that, you don't even have to. Then you have volume 2 and 3. That's where you really get where the rubber meets the road, and you get to have information in regards to how is it that I am able to not only learn different high income skills. Like I said, I've gone over that numerous times of what you can learn there, of everything from freight couriers to being a virtual assistant to how to do Shopify, Dropshipping, Printify, Etsy, Pinterest, LinkedIn. It's like so many things that it teaches in all of these courses. Basically, the other thing is all of these are slashed. So I'll just show that really quick right now. It is $78 for this one. The sale for this one is $178, and the sale for this one is $278. So right now is absolutely the best time to get in on these because the sale price is so phenomenal. And I know somebody coming in now will look and say, oh my God, what in the world am I looking at? But this is just giving you an idea of how for $78 you can get started in a business. For $178 you can get started in a business, and $278 you can get started. But also, and what I like to call them is business in a box, right? So the great part about it is that when you have these particular levels, you actually get to utilize Afterpay and Klarna if you don't have enough income to be able to get started. And really, when you think about it too, not having the income to get started in your, something like this in any kind of venture is one of those things that it makes you almost wonder, like, well, do I really need to get started because I don't have what it takes to get started? Maybe I have to do something different in order for me to get something different in regards to my financial freedom. So on that note, that was all the information that I wanted to share today. I really appreciate you all kind of, seeing all of my madness here. I'll take the pricing off of here just so that people can literally, if they're coming in right now, they can see what I was originally sharing in regards to this. But yeah, but this is really what I wanted to make sure people knew. So this is $111. This is $222. Ooh, I'm getting ready to write an 8. $222. 8 is one of my favorite numbers, and then $444. And so those may sound like, ooh, some of those prices are a little steep, that $444. Let me tell you, that's one of the cheaper ones that I've actually purchased. There are some that are I have one that's $497, one that's $499. So there are courses that are more expensive. There's one out there that's $900, and people are buying that up left and right. So actually, funny enough, the one that's $479 actually has over 150,000 people who are members of it and are purchasing it. This one's a baby. Like, this is what I love about this. It's just so much room to expand and grow because Digital Boss Academy, I think, is in the 30s. So when you think of there's other companies that are out there that have over 120,000 members who are marketing in this way, like, that's huge. So for me personally, this is something that I just feel as though, number one, it is great to learn the skills and being able to remarket this product itself, but also being able to learn all the different skills that come along with this product, which is huge. So that to me is what's different with this one than some of the others. But on that note, I hope everybody is going to have an amazing, amazing Saturday. Enjoy yourself, take care of yourself, take care of each other, enjoy your day. And if anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to DM me in my inbox. I'll be more than happy to answer those, or put anything in the comments and I'll be able to answer those questions for you as well. I hope everybody has a great day. But again, if you're interested in any of this, you can go to https://coachedbylenora.com. All right, everybody, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.